Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Firstly, welcome to today's video. I'm super excited because this is review number 2 out of 5 with all of the Friends and Revolution series 3 palettes. So if you'd have watched yesterday's video, that was actually in collaboration with Lou Stevenson, that was on the We Were On A Break palette, and today I thought I'd do the other Forever Flawless palette. So we are going to be doing the I'll Be There For You eyeshadow palette. This is what this one looks like. It has the picture of like the theme song background on it, which is just super cute. I absolutely love it. And this is another Forever Flawless palette, which means this retails for £12, so it's slightly more expensive than the like boy characters palettes, but I will leave a discount code down below that will get you 20% off. So I think I only paid about £9.60 or something for it, so I got it a few pounds cheaper, which is always good. These palettes have 18 shades in them, and this is cruelty free and vegan. If you watched yesterday's video, you know the We Were On A Break palette was a super colourful, bright, bold, pastel-y palette, and this one is the complete opposite. If you're more of an everyday wearer, eyeshadow person, if you love your neutrals, you are going to love this one because this is what it looks like. So you have a really nice selection of like warm tones in here. You have a few transition-y shades, and then you have a few deeper colours as well, and you have a nice variety of shimmers in here as well. So this is what the palette looks like up close. And I really like the shade selection in here. Today's look is definitely going to be completely toned down compared to yesterday's look. We're going to do something that's a slightly more easier tutorial to follow, and I cannot wait to see how this performs because I absolutely loved the We Were On A Break palette. If you haven't watched that already, please go over and watch that. Personally, I've had really good experience with all of the like newer Forever Flawless palettes, so I cannot see this being a terrible eyeshadow palette. I love everything about it. I love the packaging. There's a mirror in here. You get 18 beautiful shades. So I'm very excited to use this. So let's get into the swatches. So this is the entire palette swatch. Again, super impressed with those swatches. Like, look at that. Honestly, didn't have a problem with any of the shades. The foils in here are incredible. They're super soft and creamy. Really pigmented. All of the tones in here are absolutely beautiful, and I feel like everyone can use this. And I absolutely love the colour story. I cannot wait to get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a transition in the crease. So I think I'm going to take this one, which is called Kips. And we're going to take that on a Morphe M456 brush. A little bit of kickback. And I'm going to put this all the way across. Okay, wow, that was a little bit more pigmented than I expected it to be honest. Okay, so this is the colour to start off the crease. Super pigmented. It is a really nice pink base neutral as well. I absolutely love it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to really deepen this up. Like, we're going to go for the dark neutral look today, so I'm going to stay away from the lighter neutrals, and I'm going to deepen this up with the shade Yeti, which is just beside it, this brown here. I mean, look how pigmented that is. Freaking love it. So to blend this out, I think I'm gonna, you know, take a combination of Kips and Dirty Day, maybe just a combination of them two. Taking this on that aerial brush from Essence. I'm going back in with that crease brush we used just to fluff out these edges a little bit. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. This is a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH32 brush. And I always say take a big fluffy brush when you're finished like applying all your shades, because this will honestly make such a difference and just soften the edges ever so slightly. Okay, now we need to put a shade in our inner and outer corners, and I'm gonna take this browny purpley shade here called Cheese, but C-H-E-E-S-E. I don't get the reference, sorry super fans. I'm not super obsessed with Friends, but I love it. Like, I love watching it. I did watch all the episodes because of the first drop. I wanted to like appreciate it a little bit more, so I watched all of the episodes, but I'm not with it with a lot of the references, because obviously I haven't watched it like over and over again. Oh my god, how beautiful. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. That shade just there blended so beautifully with those other shades. Like, I'm absolutely loving this so far. And the obvious choice for me to put in the middle of my lid would have been this shade here. But I was just speaking in my group chat, my Patreon chat, and Drew says she wants Dollhouse on my lid, so let's give that a go and we'll see if I like it or not. So I'm taking this on a Jessup 237 brush. I'm going to take Dollhouse. It does have a little bit of a duochrome to it, which is super pretty. Okay, I feel like Drew made a really good choice there, because that's stunning. That shade is stunning. I love that it's like pink, but you get those like green gold reflex to it. It looks absolutely stunning. Definitely different to what I would usually pick, which is what I like as well. It would be so easy for me to just pick a gold shade and shove it in with my lid, but I like the fact that it's a little bit different for me, and I feel like it's paying off. So thank you very much, Drew, for your suggestion. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm not going to quite pick the black because I feel like that's a bit too harsh for this look specifically. So I'm going to take the dark cool toned brown here, which is called Ride Along, and I'm going to put that all the way across. Okay, for my inner corner and brow bone, there's one very obvious choice for me, and that is the lightest shimmer in the palette, which is called Ick. And this is a beautiful goldy champagne shade. Okay, that is extremely pigmented. Absolutely love that. I feel like that finishes off the look beautifully. And now I'm going to go put some mascara in. I feel like lashes, I don't know, because it's a super dark look, I feel like just putting mascara on today. I'm going to throw some lippy on, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Right guys, so I'm back, and this is my completed look. So for my mascara, I use my Benefit They're Real Magnet Mascara. I've realised that the more you build this up, the more clumpy it gets. I love clumpy mascara, so you know, I am a big fan of this. If you don't like clumpy mascaras, I don't think you're going to like this at all, but I love it, and I feel like it makes my lashes look really nice, thick and black, just how I like my lashes to look. So yeah, love that mascara. And then for my lips, do you think they go with this look? You know, I'm just feeling the dark neutrals. Thought I'd shove on like a dark purpley pink lip, and this is actually the Phoebe lipstick from the first drop. This is what it looks like, and she does have a like colour matching lip gloss as well, but I thought I'd just shove the lipstick on today. But yeah, so that is my completed makeup. So let's sit down and talk about this eyeshadow palette. So firstly, again, I just want to address that it is a more expensive palette in the collection, but it's not the most expensive palette. Like the big ones in drop 2 were like £20 each, so this is a little bit more affordable than those, but it is a little bit more expensive than the character palettes. That being said, that is how much the Forever Flawless palettes cost anyway, so I'm happy they stuck to the actual price of them. And don't forget, you can use a discount code, which I'll leave down below, to get 20% off, so you get them for a little bit cheaper. I love the packaging. I think they smashed this one, because obviously this is the background of the theme song, so I feel like they really did well with this packaging. And obviously it's called I'll Be There For You, so they couldn't not put this packaging on that name of the palette. So I'm super happy with the packaging. I love the tin packaging, I always have done, and you also get a mirror in here as well, which is really, really good. Now the colour story is stunning. It is definitely more of a dark and neutral palette. I do love a good dark neutral look here and there. I did it recently with the Wild Child palette and I loved that look. So I'm super impressed with this palette and the colour story. Not one shade in this palette let me down in terms of like swatches and pigmentation to what I actually used on my eyes. All the swatches were super beautiful. All the shades blended on my lid were really, really pigmented, and they really worked well together. Like, all the shades in here work well together. There's not one shade I look in here and think, that's a bit like a standout shade. It all works and blends very well with each other. I had next to no fallout, by the way. I think I had like a little bit from the shimmer, but very minimal amount. Had no fallout from the mattes whatsoever. And I just think that they worked really well. I'm honestly so impressed with this palette. It doesn't surprise me because I love the Forever Flawless palette, so they're definitely worth the extra money that you pay for them. And I just think this is a really good palette. Obviously, this is not necessarily groundbreaking. This is not necessarily the most unique palette ever, but I honestly feel like this is a very lovely, very good quality dark neutral palette. I love the shimmers selection in here as well. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I actually used the Dollhouse shade, which is probably the least expected shade I was going to use, to be honest. I was going to head straight to the golds, but I'm glad Drew suggested that, because then I would be just creating other looks I've previously done, whereas I've put the pink shimmer in the middle of my lid and I'm living for it. So safe to say this palette again gets a thumbs up from me. I've had very good experience with it today and I would recommend it. Both the palettes so far have performed beautifully and I honestly don't have a bad word to say about either of them. So I'm super happy with the Forever Flawless palettes in this collection. So that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Definitely let me know, do you like this eyeshadow palette? Do you like the look that I've created today? And also, which one do you prefer out of the Forever Flawless palettes? Do you prefer the rainbow palette, or do you prefer this dark neutral palette? I would love to know. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Mm.